Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another brand new episode of Untitled Nonsense. My name is Josh Bonner. I'm joined, as always, by Mr. John Epling. John, how are you tonight, sir?
Exuberant, thank you.
And Mr. Rob Sackett. Rob, how are you?
Good, and welcome to the 3Man3FanShow, coming to you live from the dining room. How you guys doing tonight?
See, Rob begged me to do the intro again, and for the first time out of 6 times, I told him no. Because, see, including back when he was on in version 4, back when we were on Con Artist Entertainment Network, every single fucking time this guy has asked me to do the intro to the show, he has just sat there and stared at me. Or sat there and done fucking nothing when the timer ticked down to 0. So no, Rob, you don't get to do the intro.
It's a shame because the 3Man3FanShow would have been a hit.
Yeah, well, the 3 fans are all thanking me right now because you wouldn't have done it. You would have left me hanging.
No, I was going to do it.
Uh-huh.
I had it all planned out.
Okay.
That's why I said it all so quick, because I knew what I was going to say. The 3Man3FanShow.
I guess he's just not a gambling man.
I only like to gamble when it's something that I'm at least semi-positive.
The odds are in your favor at this point. You got to win eventually, right?
So we got a list of things that happened this week, huh? You compiled the topic list.
I gave you a list.
You did give me a list.
You were supposed to go read it all.
I did go read it all, and
Perfect.
I sent
You're
it
ready.
to John, and I sent him other stuff too.
Nice. I sent it to John too.
Good. Okay. So first up, Satoru Iwata, former CEO of Nintendo at this point. He died this past week. He was only like, what, 57 or something like that?
He wasn't that old. I know he wasn't.
Yeah, 55.
Yeah, and it was like bile duct cancer or something.
You know how Japan is with all the crazy radiation and weird stuff in the air. You never know.
Yeah.
Sounds legit.
More than likely, it's stress related because the Japanese businesses, the amount of stress that they put on their employees is unmatched pretty much anywhere.
Actually, Dave says it's pretty great. That it's just everyone over there has a different mentality, so the responsibility put on them, it doesn't stress them out because it's more their mentality is more toward the productivity and the working hard.
Just because their mentality is though doesn't mean that their body is. Your mentality, that's fine, but your body is not meant for that.
I think that he was at the wealth level, though, that if he found himself to be functioning improperly, he could just go get it taken care of.
That's the thing, though. Japanese CEOs don't make as much as CEOs in America.
I think they still make it. I think they still make enough to go get their
bodies
I think their health taken care of on a whim.
I feel like the Nintendo one might.
Yeah.
I mean, but then again, even fucking Steve Jobs decided not to.
Let's hope the good
thing. To go see doctors?
Yeah.
Steve Jobs was also a crazy person.
That's true.
He batshit crazy, and
who tried to blame all of his failings on Bill Gates.
And all he did was steal ideas.
He didn't come up with. Did he come up with one original idea his whole entire time?
I don't think so.
I don't think he did.
I think he
built it off of the back of Woz, and then threw Woz out in the cold, and then pretty much used other people's technologies and made it better for his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
He was the Thomas Edison of our time.
Yeah.
I mean, Iwata was a decent person. Chances are, like, bile duct cancer isn't something that creeps up on you.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, his mentality was he pushed himself, he knew what was going on, and he accepted it. And he just did the best he could. That's who he was.
But he made damn sure we got Mario Maker before he passed.
He did his job. He did what he set out to do. You know, he wanted to come up with all these creations and different possibilities and worlds for people to enjoy that he imagined, and set forth to do it.
Let's hope now they change their rules about YouTube streaming.
Fingers crossed. A lot of memes. I've seen a lot of memes and infographics this week about quotes from him and whatnot about different projects that he was involved in, where he was he would say shit like, "Oh, I'm a gamer first," and
I think it would be hilarious if this is the entrance into the whole Illuminati thing. The media will grab onto. Turns out Iwata had a secret like Mario painting that had documents in it. We have Nicolas Cage on the case.
He has a real version of the paintings from Super Mario 64. You just jump through it, Wah-ha! And you end up in some fucking other world.
Like it's the Mushroom Kingdom Declaration of Independence, but it's actually a puzzle to the Illuminati.
Fucking Nick Cage somewhere is jerking off thinking about this.
That's the control mechanism they use to keep everyone complacent. Everyone's watching the news turned into a Nicolas Cage movie.
You find out Jay-Z really does the voice for Mario.
People just like, why do you think this stuff is real? Like, Nicolas Cage wouldn't lie to us. He's a good man.
Gotta go get Peach, nigga.
I'd be okay
Gotta go get Peach.
I'd be okay with being lulled into a false sense of security by Nicolas Cage while my life force is sapped away. I'm alright with that death. At least it's entertaining. For the first hour.
So, I mean, do you really think that there are going to be that many changes to Nintendo because of this, or do you just think they're going to?
Usually, a CEO changing means.
Yeah, you get a different person, you're going to get different ideals. You're going to get a different direction.
Because it's a different person that controls the overall.
But it's Nintendo. They haven't really made massive changes in a long, long time.
The Wiimote.
I mean, not to mention that, but just as far as I remember, there was an issue they had, and a lot. People basically didn't want shitty content coming out on the Wii. They were complaining about all the bad games that came through, and Iwata's excuse was like, they pay for the licensing. They want to get their game out there. Who am I to tell them that they can't do it? If it's not going to sell, it's not going to sell.
Right. And that's a good thing.
I mean, other people might be more. It's like, oh, hey, they don't have enough promising show for the market, so we're not going to take their game. We're not going to put that out there.
I mean, that's a good thing and it's a bad thing, because on the one hand, yeah, you want to let as many people they've paid for the license, you're going to let their game go through. But on the other hand, all those shitty games coming out make top tier developers kind of like
hasn't done anything to hurt Steam.
But it has done something to hurt Nintendo, because top tier between that and the proprietary software that they use, that's what I'm saying.
Steam.
That's really only because they're a console. I mean, because developers don't, if they want to make stuff for something, they want it to be as easy on them as possible.
Also, realistically, Nintendo could just give up making consoles and just go into making games.
Yeah, absolutely, they could. Yeah.
Like if they gave up on making consoles and just decided Mario's now a global franchise.
I don't think they'd make as much money as they do now.
They would.
They'd still make a lot.
Do you know how much money they made on the fucking Wii?
Yeah, but like most of his characters are so alive, like it doesn't matter what console you put it on, people will buy them forever.
Yeah, no, that's true. Look at Sega. But
yeah, they might not be billionaires, but they'll still be high up in the millions.
Like, put it this way. They could, if they put out, say, the next Smash game, they put it out for PC and set up a deal with Steambox to have their own custom USB.
Never happened.
Fighting controller.
Nintendo's too proud of a company to do that. And they're also too proud of a company to stop making consoles.
Damn that Japanese mentality.
They'll go under. The company, the CEO doesn't matter. They're still a board.
CEO does a lot to change perspective.
CEO is like comparable to the president. There's the president. There's the president, and the president makes a lot of choices. President makes executive decisions here in the United States, but the president has to cater to the whims of the board, which is the United States Senate.
What if he actually died because he was poisoned by a ninja?
I mean, it's possible.
And he was really a samurai.
Was it right?
Turns out he was what was keeping Godzilla at bay.
Damn you, Konami!
He was preparing the world for the return. Play the video games. You're all heroes. You must rise to the occasion after my death, because they will return.
He knew this whole time. He knew.
Play my games. Experience my story.
We should have listened.
Giant Bowser comes up out of the water. We gotta hit him in the tail.
Fucking Cthulhu.
Hit him in the tail and throw him into a mountain. Where's there a volcano?
Flip him over and hit him in the stomach for massive damage.
This is like it finally emerges years after the Japan-American bots fight, and we have one that can actually fight a giant Koopa. And they make it look like Japan wins, so they end up making a giant Mario bot to fight it.
Gypsy Danger versus Koopa. That's the fight that I want to see.
Let's be realistic. Japan's gonna win.
Yeah.
America's is a biped. It's big. It's heavy. It's got heavy guns.
It's not even a robot. It's a modified tank. It's a tank because it's still just 2 treads. It's just the upper body is now a seat that you sit up in as it fires 2 howitzers from its hands.
No, it's 2 seats.
Oh,
it's pilot, co-pilot.
Well, if they can find a way to get that one robot. Have you seen the jumping robot, the 4-legged leopard robot? The Harvard made. That can jump over, engage how high the thing is in front of it and jump over it.
Yeah, Boston Dynamics is already.
Yeah, they've got the Cheetah Bot and all that.
The Cheetah Bot, yeah.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Unless we can figure out how to make that into part of the robot.
Japan probably already has that, and we made this for fun. They don't know what we really have. The military is involved now. Watch what we can do. This is people at home will shit their pants and they'll start thinking we're gonna invade. They'll be
like a rise of Tojo.
What's cool though is if you think about it, in a year when that fight happens, if it actually happens, there's no way all the militaries aren't going to be watching the shit out of it to see what happens and how effective they actually are. And if they look good, I guarantee you the military start pursuing it. And that means robot mech warriors are in the future. How do you know the
military's already not pursuing?
They should play on popular culture. Just make a 200-foot Titan.
I don't think they're pursuing mechs for actual mechs.
What do you think all the exosuit stuff is in?
Most of those aren't for mechs. Most of those are for actually for
not right now,
labor.
but where do you think it'll eventually lead to?
I'm saying if they see actual workable mechs doing combat and functioning well in combat, it is going to radically change how much effort's going into those programs.
Yeah.
And how much funding.
Do you think?
And the Japanese one can grip shit? Oh, man.
He thinks they're going to give it a sword, but I'm like, I don't know. I think they might, but only as novelty after they've already disabled.
You know what would be better, though? Is if they just give it a massive sniper rifle. Like a railgun sniper rifle. And just have it take out the hip joints on the other one and just let it fall.
The only way the American one would get a sword is if it wore a fedora on top of it.
Oh my god. It should be like a tank.
Fedora bot.
It should be like the upper half is the tank and guns, the lower half is like a giant Walmart shopping cart.
I legitimately I want to know why they can't compete in battle bots.
That's what America's giant bot should be like a giant Walmart drone. Be like, rah. Yes. It's just so armored it can't take damage, but it can't do anything properly.
See, I would rather see us go with the BattleBots approach, with the giant spinning blade on top of the little tank treads. Just take an actual tank-sized tank and put a giant, massive spinning blade on it that just minces through metal and people and everything, and then just let it drive around.
That sounds like the China bot.
What's the matter? You don't want to see the Walmart bot roll back Japan's mech?
I believe Japan's mech will defeat any comers.
It just gets set in a direction and it can't stop.
Mechs are way more important to their people than our people. There's no way they're losing this technology rate.
Man, thank goodness that Walmart stopped selling the Confederate flag the other week. Otherwise, the Walmart bot would definitely have one flapping in the breeze as it flies as it goes towards the.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You just see a cape made of the Confederate flag with a fedora and a fucking sword.
What if they sent it to us? Be like, get him, get him, Southern bot.
The Japanese mech operators will be too busy laughing to be able to do anything.
Has an ion cannon. Yeah, the American government didn't fund this one. Sam Walton did. It's better.
I'm just excited for the
Mountain Dew blasters to get into the machine work of the mech to gum it up.
Dorito shell armor.
Is it made from recycled Coca-Cola cans?
Like every
the finest Coca-Cola steel.
Imagine if that's what happens. Like countries get taken out because all the corporations in the world band together and like make their own Voltron robot.
Corporation mechs. That should be like okay. So there would definitely be a Walmart mech. Who else, corporation-wise, would have a mech?
No, it's not that they would have a mech. It's like they get together. Everyone else has their own bot and be like, oh, yeah? Then they make the Megazord. Like, yeah. Or it's like all their company's robots fit together to make a giant fighting robot, like out of all these super complex parts because each one could afford the best possible thing.
Like the capitalist Voltron.
Yeah. It's just like no one can compete because no governments can compete with this kind of spending. It's made entirely out of diamond.
Like the Taco Bell head for it.
Ours wouldn't be made entirely out of diamond. There are diamond.
No, I think ours would be ours would be a bunch of different separate ones. Each one would be a different company that's all part of some alliance. Like it would be who makes Mountain Dew? Pepsi.
PepsiCo.
It would be Pepsi, but they would have one of the parts of it. Taco Bell would have another part of it. Pizza Hut would have another part of it.
Taco Bell is going to be the ass, and it has like a gas attack. So
awful. Why doesn't it just poop landmines?
Our only hope that it would eventually fall apart is the whole telephone system of passing orders down from the top gets to the people who pilot it, and no one knows what the hell it's doing.
Right.
So there's no strategy, but there's just giant, super expensive robots acting like horrible, horrible electronic children.
I don't know though. I still think the Panda Express bot's gonna be scarier than any of this. That's gonna be what? Chinese American engineering? That's terrifying.
See, there's definitely gonna be a McDonald's bot.
Just imagine the kind of crazy technology the oil companies could afford if they went to they'd be like, we're gonna say
the BP bot.
If they wanted, they could get together and form their own government at this point.
The BP bot oil spills so that the fucking other mechs flips on it.
See, the nice thing about the BP mech is I feel like that would be the moment where Tesla would be like, that's it, we're making a goddamn clean energy bot. And clean energy bot, I guarantee would kick the shit out of oil bot. Because oil bot has to run off oil or else you're going to just sit there and be like, if oil's so great, why aren't you using it? And then you got clean energy bot just fucking beating the shit out of people, recharging on AAA batteries.
Recharging on solar. Fuck that.
On the sun and AAA batteries at night.
It has like hydro dams in its legs so it can power up while it walks through the ocean.
Meanwhile, it turns into a boat in the ocean.
It's got windmills for arms. Every time it takes a step,
it's just got one giant windmill on its back. It's just constantly going like propeller blades. So no
like a fucking toy soldier, like that.
Right, like no one can get the drop on him because his electric harnessing, super titanium blade windmill system on the back keeps him protected and charged.
Tesla bot.
And he's got to have a throwback on there, so it's got to have a Tesla coil
on the head.
Yeah.
Just like like he's a unicorn bot.
Whoa! Not that. Why the head though? We could go for the crotch. He could just thrust lightning strikes at things.
Because Tesla is a gentleman.
What is AC/DC gonna play while this happens?
Maybe he's like sitting there and he's like, "Yo, just fuck you, oil. Fuck you, oil."
The crotch is where the power core goes. That's where the reactor is.
But that'll still be the South Park bot. It's gonna be a basketball. It's gonna have a little screen in its chest that just does psych out videos.
I think at this point you're trying to make a fandom. I don't appreciate
it. Whatever, man.
Well, if this capitalist robot happens, somebody is gonna want to fuck it.
Yeah, there's gonna be porn.
There's gonna be porn of it.
There's gonna be Rule 34.
I like how you think there's not already porn of it.
Because we just created it.
Yeah, John Spinger on.
You think I did?
So, speaking of times when we could have used a mech, horrible fucking segue, but Tennessee, Chattanooga yesterday shooting.
Terrible.
Yeah, that shooting would have been way more entertaining if he had access to a mech.
No, not him.
Oh, I thought that's what you meant.
Isn't Naval was there?
Yeah, no, there was he went.
That's what I'm saying. It would have been a way more interesting thing, like if the guy could have snuck on there and got into a mech, and then instead of hearing about this boring stuff, we hear about a mech going crazy on a base.
Didn't he shoot up a recruiting office and then he went and shot up a reserve base or something?
Yeah, because I remember reading that the recruiter was only hurting the leg, and like one of the guys.
And one of the there have been 5 dead now.
And it's like
there were four dead and a number of wounded.
He fired into the recruiting office with the standard issue assault rifle, and then he got into a vehicle and drove 7 minutes to the other place. Like, I find it really hard to believe.
But they weren't
like
ready
he shot, and then like he just got in a car and took off, and like no one's calling us and hey, he's coming your way. We don't know what happened. He just came up and started shooting at us. Hey, they just kind of like, well, that was close. Anyway, you definitely want to be a Marine because it's action like that all the time, buddy. I did not set that up. That was genuine. You want to sign? That's adrenaline, right? Just like Call of Duty. I swear to God.
It's been the best recruiting day ever.
There's your $2,000 sign-up bonus, buddy. That's a new car. What do you mean he's bleeding? He'll get help. You need to sign this paper. What have the Marines become?
No, you never will see combat. You won't have to go to the battlefield, I promise.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the base, why did no one warn us?
Meanwhile, the Air Force recruiters see, and that's why you want to sign up with us.
Wheelie chairs, son. Wheelie chairs. And what is it? There's some kind of ISIS ties. This guy had gone to the Middle East.
Well, ISIS on Twitter was saying that they were going to attack Chattanooga or something.
That, and another thing I've been noticing, all the news sites that I went and looked up after you had linked it to me, all the ones that talk about the guy, once they got more information on him, make very certain to point out that he went to the Middle East and came back and distanced himself from everyone, is what all the reports say, is that he went to the Middle East and came back different.
Yeah, all of his friends are himself. Saying he came back different. Like,
I don't know. I still think, and I like how it's also funny that they put in there like, oh, all the people of the church he went to are now mourning the poor soldiers. It's like, that's great. They should still be questioned, though.
Yeah. Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry they're dead. We're all mourning for them. We're all mourning.
It's like a shame they had to die, but Western culture is the devil, so they should not be that way. Yeah. Then they would not have to die.
Exactly.
And it's a shame.
Yeah. it's the old don't go into
like they don't mean harm. They just want the world to be a perfect place.
Perfect place for who?
Exactly. It's funny. It's like they, their leadership stared into the abyss. They became what they hated.
Now, do you think maybe that he got into it before he went over there, and then went over there because he got into it, and then kind of got hardcore into it when he went over there?
If I want to look at it from, it's possible that everything they're saying is the truth. I'm sure he's heard it from somewhere before, whether it be from friends who have been slighted by people who just have, bad offhand things to say and can make a convincing argument when they're in a bad mood, things like that. And then partnered with when he went over there, and probably there's just, a lot to see where people give sob stories about how Western culture is ruining their lives and things like that. So
now, was this guy Muslim prior to this, or?
Yeah, he went to the church beforehand, they all said. So he had to be before he went, yeah. So he goes there and he sees all their, their stories of plight and everything that they have to say. And so.
See, what I was wondering if it was, because I asked because I'm wondering if it's like he was a Muslim to begin with, or like the guys over in Boston, they became Muslim. I mean, and then became radical.
It makes sense.
Are you sure those guys really did?
It makes sense because if you're a person who's not really keeping track of the bigger picture and the political movements of everything that's happening, and you're just looking at the wake it's left behind, and you're emotionally invested in the spirituality behind these people, and they're all showing you like, oh no, it all brought death and destruction to all of us. It's like, technically Yeah, but it's the leadership and all these people's choices that made this all happen.
Right,
And you're just, unfortunately, you're swept up in all this.
Cannon fodder, yeah.
You can't, blame one specific path for that. It's great, Well, you just got to do your best. But I mean, of course, he would come back with a mentality. It's like they're monsters, they're devils, they're destroying these people's lives. You're going to become emotionally compromised. And that's,
when you immerse yourself in that,
right? And
you already believe it to begin.
So you figure he comes back with all these thoughts, and he starts distancing himself from the church because, of course, it's like, no, they think they can live in peace, but they haven't seen what I've seen. They didn't experience it like I did.
Right. He distances himself. He's trying to he just gets depressed when he comes back because he's seeing everything that he was told over there is true, and he's getting more and more angry.
Right, and
distancing himself.
And you got to figure if ISIS is legit just assholes and puts everything they are sure is going to happen on social media or they think is going to happen, it makes sense. You're like, yeah, I talked this guy up into shooting up the base in Chattanooga. Like, yeah, he's going to fucking do it. Trust me. He was like swearing by Allah. He was crying and shit. Like, all right, put it on the Twitter. Be like, hey, bud, I put it on the Twitter. You got to do it now. Make sure. If you don't, we'll come find you.
Yeah, well, that's
like, don't worry, praise Allah. The pigs will pay for ruining our people.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's like Westboro Baptist Church say they're going to be in a lot of places too, but they
right. But then it falls through, or something happens, or whatever. But they want to hype it up.
The difference being, it's fucking ISIS, so they're probably saying you better fucking do this, or we're going to come and get you.
Yeah,
like you said. So yeah,
but then again, if it's on the other side of the scale, and he went to the Middle East and just visited family and came back and everyone's fine, everyone's just saying that so they don't all get thrown in a van and taken to a secret facility. It seems like they're trying to lure people's opinion towards the fact that the Middle East is brainwashing people into killing us. It seems like they want people to think that the Middle Eastern ideology are dangerous to us. It's kind of like the same way the news was talking back when 9/11 happened. Back when they were trying to hype up war back then. And, like, everything's being talked in a manner that makes it seem like, oh, yeah.
It's us versus them.
Like, they want you to die. They're actually, technically, yeah, the media is using the fear of death to affect how people think about the situation. Technically,
terrorism.
Doesn't that make the U.S. media terrorists? Yeah.
Technically. If we really want to go into it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's always the highlight for 9.
What?
That's always the news highlight at 9. It's always some horrible thing that could kill you or do terrible things to you.
Right.
Tune in if you want to know more.
But then, they dance around it.
What's in your pantry that could kill you? Tune in at 11.
Yeah,
but it's fucking 9 o'clock. What if I eat it in 2 hours?
But they dance around it with that.
Dinner, man. What if it's my dinner? I don't know, man.
They dance around it with that because that's basic emotional manipulation. They fill you with it, but they report on it. And it's like, oh, okay.
It's tease tactics. It's all about getting.
But this is specifically like, oh, hey, yeah. If you go over there, they come back wanting to kill us. Everything they say wants us to die. So, and this is why conservatives.
Well, there have been a lot of different stories about that. Like, there have been stories of people going there and then coming back and being more radicalized. And then there are stories of, like, the 2 white girls.
So the question is,
and now they're like, we want to come home. We don't know what we were doing.
So the question is there really a force over there that's brainwashing people into coming over here and killing us? Or is that force controlled by our own means in an attempt to get people to see something in a specific way so they can keep their war profiteering
or
going?
People just changing their ideologies.
Or is there a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B? Just because our news media is doing that doesn't mean that there aren't people over there.
Right, which is understood. But the thing is, like, that starts, like, what started it. You can say a little bit, like, eventually, yeah, column A, the part where it's true, happens after column B, though. After they start it. It only becomes real once everyone forgets the root of it.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing of it is, the news media weren't really talking about Muslims like they do now.
Well, no, they can't. They can't because society is more emotionally intelligent now. You can't be as direct anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's just basically like, oh yeah, he went and visited the Middle East and came back, and we don't know what happened. He went and visited the Middle East and came back, guys. Went and visited the Middle East and came back and shot up the base, guys. Anyway, here's all the information on him. Remember when we went to the Middle East and came back and shot up the base? It's really weird. So people are like, people go to the Middle East and come back and want to kill here, but he was just a normal guy. A normal guy goes to the Middle East and comes back and wants to kill us? That's not good. You should send army people over there to stop them. We should put money towards this.
More money.
And people come up like, hey, this thing helps keep us safe from the Middle East. Yeah, we should put money into that. Then Netanyahu pops up, hey, if we kill all these people over here, it'll keep you safe from them. Be like, yeah, you should do it, Benji. That's a great idea. Then he's like, it's about time.
Meanwhile, the CIA is like having a meeting with the ISIS leaders. Like, here's some guns. You don't keep it under your hat.
Just the one ISIS leader being like, okay, we need this. Here's these guns. Go do your God's will, but you stay away from this specific area, or we'll kill everyone you know.
You just see the ISIS leader going through the fucking CIA arms drive-through, like, yes, I'll take a number 7 with extra bullets.
Like, that's the CIA's game. They tell people as little as possible. Chances are they might have had an extremist actually make someone believe, and actually start the whole Islamic separation. They might have injected the whole idealism into the whole thing.
Mm.
That's what they're known to do. Get in governments and fuck it up with different laws and different beliefs.
The CIA has no accountability anymore, do they?
No.
Nobody keeps an eye on them anymore.
No. Not since 9/11.
It's the same thing with the Mossad, too. Like, they just exist and no one wants them, and they're just like, too bad.
And nobody does. That's the thing of it. They do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, they transcended the government.
Because they try to bring it up. It's like, well, what are you going to do about it? So, maybe this is what we need guns for.
Like you bring it up, and the CIA is like, it'd be awful bad if something with terrorists happened. Like,
yeah, we're all going to be carted off like in a week from now for this. Watch. It's okay. I can escape from prison.
What'll happen is next week we'll be doing the show, and it'll be a terrorist attack on this building.
But it turns out they were built on top of an oil deposit.
No, what it'll be is there'll have been some VIP that was hiding out in one of the rooms here. That was who they took out. And he's staying unnamed because they don't want his family to have the details get out yet.
It'll be there was a bunch of army vets here that got shot up.
One.
They'll say it'll be like they found his picture online and came for him. That's what you should do. You should do Fat Allah.
Fat Muhammad.
You should do Fat Muhammad the next time.
I wouldn't do that.
Wow.
No, I wouldn't do that.
No,
I wouldn't disrespect another person's religion like that.
It's not. Didn't be a good example while you're being Fat Muhammad.
Yeah.
You're telling me Muhammad can't be fat? What kind of belief is that? Doesn't matter as long as you're not going around going, kill the infidels, bro. Don't put like a stereotypical bomb in a turban.
You know what? Dress up like a terrorist, but have like one of those inflatable sheep, like tape, like it's in your dick, and just walk around like a fat terrorist that's fucking sheep.
The thing of it is, though, the very incarnation, the fact that there is an incarnation of Muhammad is what they don't like, or is what is against the religion. And I wouldn't want somebody. Here's the thing.
Oh, see, that's not a good logic process. You shouldn't be upset because you don't think something should exist.
Well, here's.
Wait, could you draw pictures of Haji from Johnny Quest and just call it Muhammad, and they get pissed?
Yeah, you could just say you're Haji from Johnny Quest, but really, we all know.
I would not want to do anything against anybody's religion because I wouldn't want somebody trolling me. Like
How many people dress up as Jesus?
Like that crazy one that drags the cross around town?
There's nothing in the Bible.
No, it's only because they get more upset about it.
There's nothing in the Bible.
It's only because of their reactions, and they shouldn't have those reactions because people aren't children anymore. It doesn't matter what they believe. They shouldn't act like children.
They should get over it.
But it's not about teaching them by being like, oh, I'm gonna dress up like Muhammad, and you gotta fucking deal with it.
Doesn't matter.
It's not a way to get somebody to change their mind.
You're not being offensive about it. You're like, yeah, I wanted to try to dress up like Muhammad. I wanted to see if I could do the outfit. I'm not trying to be mean. Muhammad was a great guy. Muhammad was a pretty cool guy. He didn't afraid of anything.
Married 12-year-old girls and didn't afraid of anything.
I don't know what your problem is, buddy.
13 of them.
Besides, it's Comic-Con. What Muslim is gonna get upset? Like, you have the one guy in the back dressed up as Khan. He's like, "You son of a bitch!"
You say that now until next year, the same convention gets attacked by terrorists because it's where the picture came from.
They're all dressed up as Klingons.
Ferengi. The Jews of space.
Like, seriously, if they wanted to attack a convention, that's how they should get in. Should dress up. Like, all of them should dress up like Haji from Johnny Quest or something.
Like, I can understand you not wanting to dress up as Muhammad and then go out in public or to, like, a mixed party or something like that. Like, something basic, but, like, Comic-Con's different.
Hypothetically, if someone were to do...
Like, cosplay stuff is different.
Comic-Con, like, I mean, it would have to be something comic-related for me to do it.
I will find a Muhammad comic. They exist. There's no way.
A Charlie Hebdo cover. I should be a walking Charlie Hebdo cover.
Boom.
Like, do a cutout that has...
That's perfect. Form and function.
Yep, there you go. Yep.
It's like all those idiots that go as Facebook, but this is more edgy.
It's a Hebdo cover. Yep.
So what's our reaction going to be when Josh gets beheaded by a dude that's cosplaying as Aladdin that legit was a terrorist that was here just enjoying the convention?
They have to find my neck to behead me. So
I will not let a brown finger be laid upon him. I will be a one-man crusade if I have to. There is not a weapon on this earth that can be raised against me.
Hypothetically speaking, with brown face, if
I wouldn't be doing brown face.
No, not for you. No, hypothetically speaking, though, brown face, is it only racist if you do just the face, or if you do the whole body, like all the exposed skin? Is it then no longer racist?
No, it's still pretty racist.
Why is it racist though?
Because that was what they did.
I'm dressing as a black character. That's being true to the character.
What if you The only reason they didn't have to do that when they would do blackface is because they wore long sleeves and gloves.
What if you're not doing brown face? What if you just use spray tan?
Well, that's a different story. That's I'm
just saying, like, what if I want to cosplay as the Black Ghostbuster?
You can't.
Why?
You're not allowed to.
That's racism. That's not fair.
But his personality is the song in my heart.
If women,
Winston Wedmore is my spirit animal.
Dudes can become chicks. Chicks can become dudes. Chicks can cosplay as dude characters, but I can't fucking blackface.
Yep. Oh my god! You know what would be the perfect thing to top off all the crazy news that's been happening? It would be awesome if suddenly, just out of nowhere, Kim Jong-il decides that he supports trans racial rights and goes around trying to tell everyone he's black now.
That'd be fantastic.
Since he met his friend
You're
Dennis
really
Rodman.
on the black Kim Jong-il.
No, Dennis Rodman, very nice. I'm black now too. Yeah. Kim Jong-il know how to hip hop. We very jive.
The best part is, you know, he would, if he did blackface, there would be pictures of him because all of his people would be forced to act like it was normal. While they're sitting there starving and he's eating donuts.
Yeah.
No, he'd be eating fried chicken.
That's true.
Because he would overdo it. Like, watermelon or fried chicken.
Yeah, like, go on the internet and get me some black stereotypes I can follow. Like, oh, I like these. These are mini chains. Yeah.
Start showing up late to all his meetings.
It's like, what's this one letter thing? Mr. T? Yes, everyone call me Mr. K now.
Actually, that's cool with me.
I know.
Mr. K is actually an upgrade. He should do that.
I think black Kim Jong-il would be amazing. I think he'd turn the whole country around. This is why I support transracial.
I love how you fucking shoehorned black Kim Jong-il into the show.
He tried multiple times.
Because it's a beautiful idea.
I just really want to see black Kim Jong-un as the villain on some shitty fucking South Korean action movie where this guy faces off against him. He's like, came into the wrong
the South Korean hot shots.
One of these Kim Jong-ils has soul.
You came in the wrong neighborhood now, sucker. You're gonna get nuked.
CeeLo should go over and visit him.
Starts doing.
Why? Are we gonna get CeeLo to rape him?
Starts doing DMZ zone drive-bys.
CeeLo should
just lobbing grenades over, throwing up ends.
He should offer Bill Cosby amnesty.
Speaking of Bill Cosby,
come to my town, my brother.
They can extradite you from my palace.
Everybody is turning on his ass now.
Not me. Biggest fan ever. Did you see the barbecue sauce scene? That's good acting.
That was hilarious.
That's good acting.
I don't think it was acting.
He was acting.
I don't care either way. Like, it should go to trial, and if whatever, then he should pay his debts. But he left behind good messages that I will not forget.
Like,
of course, that was not Bill. Of course, that was not Bill Cosby. That was Mr. Huxtable.
What about Ghost Dad?
One of my TV dads.
I'm still sad we aren't going to get Ghost Dad too.
Who are your TV dads? List your TV dads.
Yeah.
Oh man, I grew up on Step by Step.
Day by Day.
Family Matters. Full
Step
House.
by Step was the one with the stoner cousin in the driveway, right?
Yes.
That lived in his van in the driveway.
Yes.
That dude was the best.
Yes.
And it had a hot daughter, I remember. Like, I remember Kid May being like, she's so hot. I can't remember if it was the middle or the oldest one, though.
But basically, that was like the Friday night must-see TV lineup was my TV dads.
What about Family Matters?
That's what I said. I said Family Matters.
Yeah.
It was like Step by Step, Family Matters, Full House, and then something else. That was the Friday night lineup. Cosby? Yeah, you're right. Cosby was one of them.
Seventh Heaven?
No, I never watched Seventh Heaven.
Josh watched a shit.
I hated the dramas.
I grew up watching Seventh Heaven. My mom loved it.
I hated the dramas because they became too unrealistic for me.
So wait, you were raised by a rapist. He was raised by a kid fucker. Those were your TV dads.
Explains so much.
And it's just, yeah, I'm a classy rapist. It makes a lot of sense. I'll do it without you knowing it's happening. And 20 years later, you'll be like, wait a minute, now that I have life experience.
Wait a second. That's not what I wanted.
I do say, I've been raped.
How many more of the TV ads do you think it's going to come out are like fucked up rapists and shit?
You fucked that up so bad.
I did.
We're the worst at that. As long as it doesn't come out that Sackett was.
I think Sackett would have told everyone if he was.
That's true. He really would have. But he gets really defensive when you talk about the Olsen twins.
It's like, probably because,
I know that because
usually that means like he didn't do anything and he gets really upset. People keep bringing it up, probably because imagine he's so famous. How many people he talks to? I bet you wanted to fuck those Olsen twins back before it came legal, huh? Shut up about that! Jesus Christ, I gotta hear about that every fucking day. No, I don't fuck kids. I won't fuck kids. Stop telling me to fuck kids.
See, I was bringing up more.
He makes jokes about fucking Kimmy Gibbler in his stand-up set.
Yeah.
That's jokes in his stand-up set. I bet he doesn't like being approached on the street. Let's just point out,
Jodie Sweet went crazy right around when her tits got big.
She is fucking sweet.
That could have easily been the producers.
Someone probably molested her. No, I guarantee you, one of those three dudes.
It was
one
Uncle.
of those three.
Oh, I would think Dave Coulier. I vote Dave Coulier.
Definitely Dave Coulier.
Dave Coulier is a kid.
Easily Dave Coulier.
The Olsen twins while doing cartoon voices.
Like while he was changing their diapers.
Like sitting there like, suck Rocky's dick. I don't know how to do Rocky voice.
Hey, but it's okay because even if he did touch him, he'd make them leave feeling good about themselves. You know, they'd leave with a laugh and a smile no matter what. And he'd listen if they told him to cut it out.
Maybe that's why they listened to you tell him that. It's because they knew, like, if he said cut it out and you didn't, he raped you. Like, and that's why all the kids would if he did cut it out, they'd be like, oh, man. Because you ever think about it, they didn't really misbehave for him. Even though he's free-spirited and let everything go, they didn't really fuck around with him.
Like, I would not be surprised if Dave Coulier went on from his career to read the slash fiction written about him. To just be like,
I just jerked off to it.
I bet. Like, this is something I want to find out. Like, I want to be the journalistic reporter that hunts down Dave Coulier. Like, did you ever masturbate to stories about yourself in Full House?
I could have done this.
That one lost fan fiction of Dave Coulier and the Olsen twins with Alanis Morissette.
He grabs his computer, throws it in the fireplace, takes off. Like, no, Dave Coulier, come back. This isn't an investigation. I just need to know.
What if it's a plot twist, though?
Fucking Chris Hansen. Send Chris Hansen after him.
We can make a movie about that. It's just like the eyes narrow, and it's like, get the best we have, and it shows Chris Hansen doing the walk. You're like, we're gonna find this guy. Get the milk, get the cookies. You got a 13-year-old girl on hand. All right, let's get this done.
What if it's the guy though that we least suspect?
Check every Playhouse, Funhouse, in 12-mile radius.
If it's Uncle Jesse, I will be upset.
Uncle Jesse, I think, the most likely to have gotten away with it.
Uncle Jesse is getting too much pussy elsewhere.
That's why he'd get away with it.
No, I think he's probably too strung out on drugs to really care about kids.
That is true. He did just go into rehab.
He was more of a I want to do what I want to do kind of person, and that was like a lot of stuff. Like he was all over the place.
Do you think that's why he had the twins?
But why he banged the Olsen twins?
No, why he had the twins.
What do you mean had them? Banged them?
With his fucking wife on the show.
Oh, I don't know.
To give himself more victims.
Oh yeah, and wasn't he actually in the relationship with the person he was in a relationship with on the show?
Yes.
Yeah, he was probably a little more well balanced then,
the kids together
because he didn't have to hold back all of his emotions all the time. He got to actually act and do what he enjoyed. Mm-hmm. While the rest was just like, I really want to fuck those kids.
And there's like he looks like he hasn't aged a day. There's gonna be like a painting of him in an attic somewhere.
Waiting to be stabbed by someone. 200 years later, someone gets a note. What happens? Jesse Stamos has died.
Found the painting.
That means there's one left. Tell Keanu Reeves they're coming for him next.
Would it be Keanu Reeves, though?
I think so. I think he has the most plausible connection.
I don't know. I feel like Michael J. White is up there before him.
Have you seen the pictures?
Michael J. White doesn't age.
No, there's like a real big conspiracy behind Keanu Reeves for real.
Yeah, there are pictures like from the 1800s that look like Keanu Reeves.
I don't believe it. He got way too morose and different after losing his wife and kid. A dude who had lived hundreds of years would have lost his wife and kid multiple times.
You don't know that. Dude who lives hundreds of years could be so extremely emotionally driven. You don't understand how he feels.
No, I don't.
You don't understand ageless people, Rob.
No, I don't.
You're not a titan.
How bad some of his early movies are. I'm not believing that he's had ages to perfect himself.
Hey, he was a pilot of the Nebuchadnezzar.
He sucked.
Did you remember that? There was a thing on Bill and Ted on like the special scenes DVD where they were interviewing him, talking about the Matrix. He's like, I'm going to be on a ship called the Nebuchadnezzar. He didn't know how to pronounce it or anything. It was great.
Nice.
That's
like, hilarious.
Yeah, huh? This is the one.
Okay, Rob, here.
What are we looking at? Dick pics?
It's a timeline.
Keanu Reeves
definitely got bigger, I think. The first one doesn't look at all like Keanu Reeves to me. The second one only.
It's also a painting.
Vaguely looks like.
It's also a fucking painting.
I'm just saying those other.
Maybe that's the painting.
The paintings don't look like him.
And we'd never know.
We'd never know.
Yeah, the paintings don't look like him.
I disagree.
Yeah. No, they don't look like him.
Dorian Reeves.
And he's clearly aged. You can see around the eyes.
Yeah, now. Because he keeps eating what he needs to eat.
Because we've seen the painting.
No, because the paintings aren't him.
Yeah, okay.
That looks more like Blackbeard than him.
How do you know what Blackbeard looked like?
Paintings of Blackbeard.
It could be that his soul keeps
also,
making bodies.
We've never seen
everything.
Keanu Reeves with a full beard.
Yeah, we have.
Not a full beard like that.
Didn't he have one in like the lake house?
I thought he had one in no, that was Tom Cruise who did last.
He's had beards in movies.
Didn't Keanu Reeves do one where it was like, this is the I Want to Be Tom Cruise movie, where like he was the last whatever of a different culture?
Yeah, the Ronin thing.
Yeah.
Oh, 47 Ronin.
Yeah, 47 Ronin. Yeah. I thought he had a beard in that.
He had a goatee in that one, but that's a full beard. Like that's a full beard.
Google Keanu Reeves beard.
Keanu Reeves beard.
Did you
you gotta imagine this is what
pulls up a picture of his ex-wife.
This is what we're doing right now. What other crazy shit is going on around the world right now?
Keanu Reeves.
Somebody's like, wait, Google Willie Nelson penis. Trust me. Like that's going on somewhere right now.
What scares me is the fact that there really is probably someone right now Googling Willie Nelson penis.
See, this is like
type Willie Nelson P and see if it auto completes
fuck
to
no.
me.
I'm not putting that in my search history.
You don't hit enter,
What?
it'll never go
There's
in your
no
history.
fucking way.
Just type it into the search bar to see what the auto.
He get patchy facial hair.
Yeah, see, that's not him, man. Looks nothing like that.
Now he gets
Hold on,
patchy
here,
facial
here.
hair.
Well, yeah, after he found the Fountain of Youth back in the 1800s or 1600s.
What are you're not looking for Willie Nelson? Fucking prick.
I just want to see if it auto completes to Willie Nelson P.
No, you can't. You're not allowed.
Just type Willie Nelson P and see if
No.
it just finishes typing penis. Because that means it's in the search code. And I just want to know if Willie Nelson's penis is a searched phrase.
Why?
I don't know. It's just so random.
He can't check on his own computer because it's already in his search history.
It's true. It'll know that I typed it. It's not gonna. I need someone who's
not pulling from the right data.
Maybe that's why Josh doesn't want to check in. Because he's like, yeah.
I'll be like, no. I've been looking up Willie Nelson / fiction. Oh Jesus, the things he does to that guitar.
Okay, here we go. Willie Nelson photos. Willie Nelson poster, painting, picnic, playing guitar, picture.
Of course, we knew it wasn't going to be Willie Nelson penis.
What about E? If you add E to it.
I'm not. Petternales, peach cobbler, performing follicular.
Willie Nelson.
No!
Put the end.
No.
Just the end, then we'll stop.
No.
I'm pretty sure that's not on the internet. I like to think Willie Nelson is the kind of guy that would hunt that stuff down. Or
yeah, but it's probably like a celeb fakes or something. It's Willie Nelson's.
Like if I were Willie Nelson, they have that much money, and one of those like ID companies are like, "Hey, we'll erase your internet footprint if you want." And like, yeah, make sure there's no pictures of my penis. Here's 10. Here's 10 grand. That's what I'd do if I were Willie Nelson.
Why? I feel like Willie Nelson wouldn't care.
This is a picture of my penis for reference, so you can erase it from the
I think
internet.
he wouldn't care if he didn't have the near unlimited resources to pay some guy to go get rid of all.
So
of
how's that work? Does he pull his dick out for them and be like, "Get a good look"? Any ones that look like this?
I don't know. Why do you seem so focused on Willie Nelson's penis?
Why aren't you? That's the real question. Everyone knows the Illuminati don't like Willie Nelson's penis.
Because I've already churned through those emotions.
He's just
I've been
thinking
Googling
about what he would do to Willie Nelson's penis to get some of that weed that he gets.
I've been Googling Willie Nelson's penis before they had the autocomplete.
What was it like?
Old.
I don't think I'd put his old withered penis in.
Let's just say there's some interesting Willie Nelson Bobby Hill fan fiction out there.
I'd do a lot of bad things for that weed.
So you would let Willie Nelson bang you in the butt?
No, hell no. Hell no.
But you would blow him?
No, I said I wouldn't.
Handy.
Why, Josh? Is it gay?
Maybe he said maybe do a handy.
Maybe.
Maybe do a handy.
You know what? No, forget this. What makes you so important? You think Willie Nelson will want a hand job from you?
Yeah.
You're talking about getting Willie Nelson's weed. Like, I might give him a hand job. Willie Nelson is a god among men.
That's true.
If he's gonna offer you weed to suck his dick. Make him happy. He'll play the guitar for you afterwards, and you get to smoke his weed.
Yeah, you're coming at it like you're Jennifer Hudson or something. And you're like,
your friend says, "Yo, you sucked a dick. You're gay."
Jennifer Hudson?
Yeah, wasn't she famous once?
Like, who cares who calls you gay? Because then you're like, "Hey, Willie Nelson, are they gay?" And you're like, "Yeah, they're gay. They're the gay ones." People are like, I'm not the gay one. You sucked a dick. You're like, Willie Nelson said it. You're the gay one.
What's the chick that plays Mockingbird?
Jennifer Lawrence.
That one.
Do you know who Jennifer Hudson is?
No, I think it's an actress. So it's an actress?
Yeah, she was in the movie. She was in the movie Dreamgirls.
I don't know. She's got nice cans, though. That's a decent-looking colored woman.
Did you just fucking say colored woman?
What, are we not allowed to say that anymore? I'm taking it back.
Have you seen
Not for about 50 fucking years, no.
Taking it back.
Have you ever seen the show Psych?
Yeah.
Okay, I've decided that from Mab's description of Sean that Sean is Gus. Sean is well-meaning, but he's still a bit womanizing, and that's Gus. Sean is Gus, because he'll be like, we need to get this taken care of. I'm like, ooh, but that's a nice booty.
He will stop in his tracks for a fat ass. He goes full rich boy.
That just popped in my head. Sean is Gus.
He'll go full rich boy.
What do you mean? Oh. Josh made a creepy face at us.
No, it's not a creepy face.
It was creepy.
You don't know the rich boy?
I saw him. The face he made at me was creepy. Let it be known.
That's all I got left. So.
Show the records. It was a creepy face.
It wasn't a creepy face. It was rich boy.
Everyone make a note. It was creepy when he did it. It was.
That was a creepy face.
He just did another creepy sexual face.
That was a creepy fucking face.
He's done 2 now. He did one where he bit his lip, and then another one where he licked his lip.
What's that? How do you do a creepy face? No.
Well, no. I mean, Rob is just upset he can't turn his off.
Oh! He got me with a sick singer.
That was Spanish soccer burn.
He really brought the heat. Really took the torch to us, man. Really dropped the fire. Really brought the passion out. Really put the flame to us. Really put us down. So goddamn clever, Josh.
So I read that thing you sent me about Reddit, Rob.
Which one?
The one where the very first 2 sentences were saying all of Reddit is basically misogynist and racist.
Yeah.
Hilarious, right? Was that the Reddit terrorist one?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Arthur Chu. Wasn't he formerly of Gawker Media?
I don't know.
I think he was formerly of Gawker Media. Now he's fucking slumming it over his daily.
Well, what it is, it's the Tumblr ideology. They're saying you can't have hate speech. It's like, okay, how do you define hate speech? Technically, I could say all the words you like to hear and be calling you a bitch, and you don't know it. It's just I'm not using the words that make you feel bad, and so you like that. It's not about hate speech. It's about I don't want to feel bad while I'm on the internet.
Right. Well,
and these people should have to live to my standards because I shouldn't have to feel bad because of what they think. Just because they had negative experiences and are able to deal with negative things in a joking manner, and I can't, means they should live by my rules.
If it makes you feel better, there are some people taking the opposite approach, which is after they found out that Reddit was making it, they were basically blocking advertising from showing up in the hate subs and segregating them, so to speak. So 4chan decided they were going to just spam nigger and every other racial slur and everything. So they could get added to the no ads fucking segregated list.
Hilarious.
Yeah, see, it's not about racism. It's about fucking with the system. That's all people want to do.
Well, it depends. Some of them it's about racism.
Some of them, yes, but they're very obvious.
Reddit's actually okay with Coontown, just to be fair.
Like, they stick out so easily.
Coontown also gets almost more traffic than Stormfront at this point.
Yeah, Reddit said they're keeping Coontown. They really just got rid of fat people hate because of the Imgur thing.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's the reality.
And they've said that.
Because they have said that at this point to anyone else.
That the Imager they shut down fat people hate because fat people hate was bringing heat from outside. Which was Imager.
Just the way we can say fat people hate was bringing heat from outside.
Yeah, but why'd Reddit block links from Slimgur?
Because it was created after Imager blocked all the fat people.
I'm just saying, like, why can't you allow Slimgur?
Because people asked them to block it, so they blocked it because they found it really offensive.
But it's a competing image hosting.
Because they shouldn't have to see things they don't want to on the internet. Because the internet's for them.
Those subs.
No, but it's
we should be able to use Slimgur to post for other subs.
Use Slimgur to fucking post for both, okay?
You can't post anywhere on Reddit with Slimgur. That's the problem.
Yes, that's fine.
Because Reddit hates anything that competes with Imgur.
No, because it was a direct spit in the face because of the Imager problem.
No, it's not Slimgur. It's about having a sleeker design.
You're full of shit.
It's like you take Imgur and you're like,
so
I want to make a slimmer, sleeker design of Imgur.
I can smell your breath from here.
Sleeker,
I don't know.
Imgur, Slimgur.
You're full of shit.
I think this is just more distraction to add on to the pile to the fact that they're basically trying to censor the internet. You're not going to get rid of hate, no matter what. It doesn't matter what people say. You will never get rid of hate. Speech will always become hate if they want it to be hateful. You can't ban hate speech. You can't ban an emotion.
Not only that, but people will also always be sensitive little bitches.
Yeah.
Will always find offense.
People will always get angry at something. You can't ban nature.
It's true. There will always be something.
All you can do is implement guidelines on how it needs to be handled. You can't outright say no one is allowed to do this, because then you're just going to have a bunch of people living, or a bunch of people performing in a manner where they're just double talking everything.
And people shouldn't have to live for what other people want. Like, Josh shouldn't be forced to never have an orgasm just because none of his neighbors want to hear it. That's not fair.
It's not my fault I'm loud, okay?
I shouldn't have to deal with people signing petitions everywhere I go.
It's just my fucking nature. I can't help it.
200 votes.
I almost bit through my lip trying to be quiet, okay?
That's okay. People were getting tired of my one-man Civil War reenactments.
When you rolled the fucking replica cannon onto your front lawn.
Well, I need something to make my South rise again, and Danger gets it up real quick.
Yeah, that's the real problem, is he dresses his penis like a Confederate soldier and the rest of him like a Union soldier.
Right, and I'm
Robert. Goes to battle in public.
Right, I'm the Union, or I'm the Northern soldier, and I have to beat down Robert E. Lee.
Sometimes he gets fancy, he dresses like Abraham Lincoln. He's like, I'm getting a hands-on approach as the president.
I had to sell my stovetop hat. I still have the beard.
And the stuffing?
I don't need the stuffing.
So do we want to get back on track here? We kind of digressed, and then we digressed from our digression and digressed from that. Next, we have up here a story that Rob found about a woman in Arizona who got barged in her house illegally by the cops while she was naked in a towel because she was in the shower. And the cops proceeded to arrest her while still naked.
Isn't Arizona one of the highest populations of dude bros in the nation?
Don't fucking rub your beard against the microphone. Do you know what your microphone is live, you fucking dingbats?
Whatever, man.
Yeah, don't do that.
You're fucking ridiculous.
Well, now we know.
Now we know?
That was the
You
cue.
have to be told not to rub your beard like a fucking animal on anything near it, like you're a fucking bear with a tree scratching your back. You fucking
I'm a savage.
You can't ban nature, Josh.
Can't ban nature. We just had this discussion.
Go back to the cave you fucking crawled out of, you troglodyte.
I can't help it. It's just there's all this food and shit on the microphone. I assumed it was.
That was from your fucking beard.
No, you didn't want me to rub my face on it. Why'd you put the honeycomb on it?
Yeah, I thought this was a snack, man. This isn't a snack, Mike?
I thought this was granola and honey. It's wire, you idiot.
So, yeah, you want to go ahead with the story?
I don't remember what the story was. You derailed this pretty hard there.
Did I don't remember either.
I'm the one that derailed us.
Do you remember? Are you stalling?
No.
Yeah, did you forget what it was?
The Arizona cop that barged in on the woman while she was...
Oh, yeah, and I was saying, aren't they all dude bros there? Maybe they were just like, hey, there's this hot bitch up here, let's bust in.
No, I saw her. She wasn't very attractive, actually.
Oh.
She was like housewife.
Mediocre.
Hey, housewives going
No,
this cop wasn't a dude bro. He was an old guy. Like, he was near retirement.
Look, man, sometimes it's about the fantasy.
But during the investigation, he got to retire with full pension.
Maybe he thought...
Right, good for him, right?
Maybe he thought she'd be cool
during
with
the
it.
investigation.
Yeah.
Thanks, police union.
They're investigating it, and they're like, you know what? No, if you retire right now, you get full pension. This investigation's not done. No sense investigating a retired guy, right, Bill? Bill's like, yeah.
You know, you make a lot of sense there.
I am actually early retirement. Looks good to me, guys. Today sound good?
Meanwhile, they have to have a cop detail to make sure that no other cop details bust into her house.
Now, did they ever? Do you remember why they barged in the first place? They were questioning her about?
No, they were knocking on the door for some reason, and then she slammed the door she closed the door to go get dressed, and then the cop didn't like her closing the door in his face and got pissed.
Yeah, so the cops knocked on the door.
And then his partner reported him after, actually.
The partner reported him? Really?
Yeah, his partner brought it up to their superior.
And it's funny when you bring stuff up like this, they'll say, it's like, well, when you deal with the cops, you're supposed to be totally complacent.
And that's what this fucking person said. This cop said, I don't care. The daughter of the woman this was happening to got out her cell phone real quick. Smart fucking kid. And videoed the whole thing. The cop was like, I don't care if we are in your house. I'm in charge here.
Yeah, and here's the logic to all this. All right, so she shuts the door on him, and that's right. You know what? You're not supposed to treat the cops like that. You're supposed to be totally complacent, but you do have rights, and you can shut the door on them. Yes. Now, we shouldn't expect cops to have emotional intelligence and be able to be aware of their surroundings and make decisions based off that, because that's what detectives are paid for. However, so that means a cop should not have the authority to go into someone's home. He needed a warrant to be able to do that. He needed probable cause to be able to go past that threshold. At that point, he should have called the detective or called something in and tried to get someone to come check it out. But he's like, no, I'm a rogue gun. I do what I want. Boom. Hey, babe, I know you got drugs in here somewhere. I'll find him. And takes her down.
Like, you know, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, she told him what she was doing. She was going to get dressed. She just came out of the shower. She was in a towel, and she was going to get dressed.
The power that cops have needs to be redefined. Like, the detective group of the detective rank needs to be redesigned, and there need to be more detectives as opposed to cops. Actually, what were they saying? You know, there needs to be a psychologist with every person out in California. That's what a detective is. It's criminal profiling. You know, it's basically figuring out, okay, they did this, so they would probably be set up like that. They're psychologists. So you have to have a detective and a cop going in. A cop does the footwork, detective does all the profiling and that dealing with people. Cop's there if someone pulls a gun.
Yeah.
And if he does pull a gun on someone, you have the detective who'll be like, no, put away. They're all right.
I feel like I've seen this TV show. It's just,
I know, it's
the detective
so
was an alien. The detective was definitely an alien.
How do people not see that the Sean Gus combo is perfect in every situation? Just make Gus is the cop, and then you got Sean as the detective, and that's it. That should be reality everywhere.
Did you ever watch Gallivant? Did you watch Gallivant on NBC? Fucking Lassiter from Psych is in it. It's a musical comedy set in like medieval times, and he plays this king.
I'm alright. That sounds too much for me.
Vinnie Jones is in it too, and he plays a singing guard.
But yeah, I think that would be the perfect setup, because then cops no longer have that authority, because they would have someone. It wouldn't be two cops going somewhere and them making decisions.
Any authority from cops?
Be one cop.
Well, they would have another cop in there with them who's a higher rank, who actually is trained to make these decisions that people are demanding cops be able to make.
I think that cops should be our police officers should be more like Britons. They don't have fucking guns.
Yeah, they definitely should take away lethal means, but they did that because, you know, the whole LA riots thing and gang crime and all that. Like, yeah, well, they have all these crazy weapons and stuff now, so our police need all this stuff too.
You want to cut down on gang crime? You want to cut?
I know, right? You don't get better equipped. You don't threaten their existence.
Actually, do you know what would cut down on it?
Drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what would do it better? RoboCop.
But there's no money in that.
That's true. There's a lot of money in legalizing drugs.
Not for the companies that churn out all the drug alternatives that people use instead of using the ones that are illegal. The very few that they could make and obtain on their own without needing a company to process it to a pill for them.
Well, speaking of legalized drugs, Colorado this week came out and said that they have already made for 2015 the amount that they were setting aside from marijuana taxes for their education budget.
Yeah, and no one gives
a shit. They made
it
last year that they made last year over the course of the whole year. They already made it this year.
And how many? It's been like what like a year and a half or 2 years now fully, and people are still like, well, we don't know, we don't. Wait. It's like everything's going fine. People are doing great. Crime is down.
Hold on, wait.
People love it.
The weed money's going toward education. So that means all the kids that skip school to get high are actually paying to help their friends get educated.
Yep, exactly.
It's a great
You're making
system.
society work for itself. Now the bums are supporting the other ones.
Yep.
Now all the money that they spend.
But not really though, because that's all the legal weed.
Well, but still, you can make drugs legal, but you set them up through dispensaries that make sure that the funds are allocated properly.
Absolutely.
You can't go selling it on your own. You can't be a street dealer still. That's it.
You have to have a license for that.
But you don't funnel the drugs through companies that do whatever they want to them first. It's just it goes straight from, purity to store.
Right. Yep.
And you let the people who actually
farm to table.
Right. Like drugs, like vegetables. As above, so below.
So, I'm still waiting. We might have to move to Texas.
I know. How do they get it first?
I don't know.
Fuck this crazy place. And they start raising the Confederate flag down here.
No, they didn't actually fully legalize it. They only made it legal to use a very specific. I think it was oil actually.
The CBD. They already have the CBD oil,
specific disorder.
But they're passing they're trying to get the legal full legal.
No, the governor flat out said that it will never be legal in Texas.
I don't know. I see a lot of stuff being posted. I haven't read into any of it yet. Though.
Yeah, but
the bill's still open. The bill hasn't been shut down. Like, he doesn't want it, but it's still got to be voted on.
If it gets over a 2/3 majority, it doesn't matter whether he wants it or not. The Republicans are playing that one really fucking smart. Did you see the email that got sent out?
No.
They're playing the God made it and God doesn't make mistakes card.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's that.
Why are we doing that in Florida?
Republicans in Texas are sending out mail and letters and emails to other Republicans.
And then people get all afraid. It's like, oh, well, they make it so strong and they make all this stuff out of them, blah, blah. Well, good. Let them grow it by themselves then so they can just do the simple shit on themselves.
Yep, and that you have to legalize it to do that.
And it's like, but then people will do bad things with it. People will do bad things with everything no matter what law you make.
People do bad things with prescription medication.
The bad things they do with the law is less impactful than they will do it without the law.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't this open up the gates, though, for them to just be like, by the way, shrooms, man, I don't think God makes mistakes, bro.
I can hope.
Even shrooms don't really do anything that damaging to anyone who doesn't already have a psychological disorder. It's just you're not supposed to abuse it.
And shrooms can help people.
Just like alcohol is great, but it's not great if you drink it all day, every day.
Marijuana and shrooms and even like stuff like LSD or stuff like that is a lot less harmful than alcohol.
Right. But it's just like everything else. Everything in moderation is okay, pretty much.
Moderation is key, though.
Right. Moderation is key with everything. It's just like with behaviors and everything. You overindulge too much, then it starts becoming detrimental. You have to stay
I dare you to drink that.
You got to keep variety.
I dare you to drink that. 2 swallows.
What do I get for it? Nothing other than a mouthful of fucking bong water. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but you'll feel like a winner because you would have proven me wrong.
I feel like a winner not having a mouthful of bong water.
The problem is you're still using 16-year-old tactics, Rob. You can't make people do that when you don't have the 6-pack anymore.
No, just still work on it. I'll do it. Watch. He's going to drink it after we leave. He's going to drink 2 swallows and be like, whatever. He's dumb. It didn't do anything. But I've planted this seed in his head now to where as soon as we leave, he's going to do it because he just wants to know. Because he's like sitting there. He's like, I heard you get really fucked up if you drink this. 2 swallows gets you wrecked. Seriously, 2 swallows.
You don't have the gift of inception.
2 swallows will get you wrecked.
You're full of shit.
Try it.
No. I don't need to. You're full of shit.
Josh, you've done the 2 swallow trick, right? Works like a challenge.
Not with bong water.
Yeah, well, yours works. John's plan to bulk up is actually to swallow bull semen.
Hey, lots of protein.
I had a friend in school that
This story could go a lot of different ways.
No,
right now.
it was Aaron, and like I had already graduated, and I just like went to the cafeteria in the morning while I was sitting there waiting for class to start, and I just went up right next to him. He's got like milk on his face, like, "What's that in your beard, Aaron? You got bull semen? Been sucking some bull dick?" Like as loud as I could. Everyone's like looking at him and like laughing at him. He's got white in his beard. He's like, "Fuck you, John."
He might have been though.
It's like, why are you even here? You don't even fucking go to school here. That was the day I tried to walk in on a Spanish class with my friend Tony. I just stayed. I went into the Spanish class with him, and then she was like, taking roll and everything, and Logan saw me, and Tony's like, "Oh, this is my friend Johnny. Wants to know if he can take Spanish." And I'm like, "Hola." And she's like, "Vámonos." And I'm like, "Does that mean stay?" She's like, "Leave." I'm like, "All right." That is
John is the creepy guy that tried to go back to high school.
That is a true story. Bayside High had.
I don't think he tried to go back to high school. I think he was going to the other.
No, Bayside High came up with a rule because I kept helping Kyle sneak in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
They actually came out with an announcement saying that anyone who has graduated is not allowed to come back on premises during school hours. All because me and Kyle kept sneaking in to hang out with his friends during lunch and shit.
That's hilarious.
He kept getting caught. Like it gets to the point, I'm like, no, dude, there's like no one there, and you went in. Like there's like office people walking around and stuff. He gets way too brave, so he kept getting caught, and they made that rule. He kept getting escorted out like every day after lunch.
Well, that's his fault then, because he's fucking stupid.
I know. I Sam Fishered it and hid in the bathroom.
He's just a fucking idiot that got caught.
I was scared of getting caught. I was a kid. I was like, my mom made me think I was gonna go to jail for everything. So this just goes.
Yeah, same here.
This just goes to account for how brave I was. I thought I was gonna go to jail for this, but I still snuck in there, and I was like, yeah, I just want to fuck around. And then like I'm like, oh shit, there's people, and like I got up into the bathroom, closed the door, got up on the toilet, stood, waited for them to leave, got out. Bells ring, kids start going out. I'm still looking like a teenager. I just blend in with the crowd. Walk right out the exit.
Just smile and wave, boys. Yeah. Smile and wave.
I infiltrated high school back in the day.
Fucking 21 Jump Street over here.
John sitting there at lunch. You know what I like about high school girls?
All right.
I just thought it was fun to go there and embarrass Aaron and Tony.
Speaking of embarrassing, Donald Trump.
Josh's penis now. Donald Trump.
Announcing his run for presidency this week.
Which, what they say, a bunch of news agencies have decided that it's no longer political news. It's now moved to entertainment.
Huffington Post is now posting his news stories under entertainment.
And it should be because he said he's going to run how many different elections and then just disappeared.
Right.
I think he's being paid to say all this crazy shit and do all this shit. I really think he's being paid to be put in this position. I don't think
Who do you think's paying?
Oh man, it's hard to say. It's really hard to say. But
anyone who wants to make other candidates
but you can read
viable.
You can read his speeches. Like any political
But that's the
candidate.
thing. None of the other fucking candidates this time around are viable.
Or even Clinton, like Hillary.
Hillary's looking pretty good.
No,
right
I'm
now.
talking Republican.
And Sanders looks good. Everyone looks good compared to fucking Trump.
Because the majority
compared to Trump.
The majority vote right now is considered to be blue, right? So you build up Trump really heavily, and then you have Hillary swoop in and is like, no, I'll make sure, Trump's ideas don't. Instead of him doing this, I'll do this. And instead of actually giving her own views and being her own candidate, she's now the person that's going to make sure, nothing that Trump wants happens. It's going to do the opposite of Trump stuff. So instead of seeing Sanders and all the other candidates below Trump and Hillary, they'll just see, oh yeah, we should vote for Hillary because we don't want Trump.
I don't know. It's possible, but
it's possible. I'm watching for it. It's interesting.
Yeah. Who do you think like the final people for the Republicans are going to be?
Honestly, I think Hillary, the whole Hillary crew, probably thinks that they're going to get her in, and if she does get in, I think the whole thing's rigged because I think Bernie's coming up from behind because he's not he's making sure to downplay the unions thing, and they put out stuff saying that it would be redone for modern times and all that. But he's playing up the billionaire killer angle.
Yeah.
It's like there are no more billionaires, and that's what everyone wants, right? Because there's more poor than there are rich, so there's more poor people. Like, yeah, no one should be that rich. I have what I need. They don't need that stuff. It's the reverse mentality. All the rich saying, hey, they should be able to do these things because I did it. Look where I am. I can do it just fine.
I don't necessarily agree with that though. Like I don't,
it doesn't matter if you
like
agree
that.
with it. The majority currently is, because like there's more poor that want what they want, that say that they're fine how they are, that they don't need that much money, so they're going to vote for someone that agrees with that say, hey, I'm going to take money from them and give it back to society because we should be leveled out. That's what I don't care if he means it or not. I'm going off
as an equalizer.
Right. I'm going off how he's marketing it and how people, the basic, simple people, are going to see it, and they're all going to be like, "Yeah, you know what? We should be more equal. Yeah, equality's great."
Yeah, he's straight socialist though.
But it doesn't.
Hillary gets all the
I think Bernie's the Israeli funded candidate.
You think?
We'll see.
Has he come out with his stance on Israel yet?
He supports them.
Okay.
So does Hillary.
Yeah. But I mean, lesser of two evils, right?
You know all the Republican candidates are going to support Israel.
Yeah. Because they're Netanyahu's best
You're
friends.
hearing about a candidate.
Him and George Bush probably still hang out and go to theme parks together.
What do you call him? Netanyahu?
Netanyahu is his last name. Benjamin Netanyahu.
It's not Netanyahu.
I thought it's Netanyahhu, right?
It's Netin.
I think it sounds better.
I think it's pronounced Netanyahu.
Yours is like Netanyahu.
No, I don't know how to pronounce his name, and I don't care because I don't respect the man.
You only don't respect the man because he's Jewish.
No, I don't respect him because he's the far right of the Jewish land. He's the George Bush 2.0 of Israel. Yes, that's what he's doing. Hair? Because what he does is he uses fundamental Jewish values to rule and say, to basically put other people down and say that they're not being, a true Israeli, they're not being true to their country, things like that. Yeah, he gives the no true Scotsman argument all the time. He's a fundamentalist. He's the right wing of Israel.
How does he keep getting voted back in though?
No.
How did Bush get voted in?
Because the only person running against him was fucking John Kerry.
I don't know. Wasn't there a whole thing about the Electoral College too when we found out our votes didn't matter?
Well, our votes have never mattered.
Exactly. That's how it is over there now too. It's funny that he got voted in right before the Oslo Accord diplomat got assassinated, and they decided that they didn't want to take it back up because they want a one-state solution.
It's actually really hilarious that people say I throw my vote away, and then it's like, well, like our vote means anything to begin with.
I mean, you always got to try, because if the voice gets loud enough, it can always shine through.
The voice doesn't get loud enough without revolution.
Yeah, but that's the thing, is everyone has to keep going, and that's how you know when revolution is coming. When the tide is eventually beginning to overcome, that's how you know you're getting close. So you keep going.
Yeah, but revolution doesn't come through a fucking vote.
It could. How do you know?
Because revolution is
revolution is
because what if someone had so many votes? There's just like, holy shit, the nation almost unanimously voted them in, but we don't want that candidate. The college says we should have them, and we think that's what we'll go with. There would be
happen from decisions all the time.
Right, and that would spark a riot right there. Be like, hey, this many people voted for this, but yet you still went with these candidates. What are you doing?
But it's organized though.
Here's the proof: if they went right now and they did illegal to own firearms and mandated that everyone had to go turn in their firearm at designated firearm disposal facilities that have been set up in all the major cities, and everyone had 30 days to turn in all of their firearms or else face prosecution, guarantee you would see a revolution.
Yes, absolutely.
So that proves a decision can cause a revolution.
But
there's always the tide to follow. You just got to know which side are you on. Does voting hinder you in any way? But it allows you to cast your opinion out into the world.
Right.
It's worth it. Just in the fact that it allows you to voice your opinion.
Yes, and I do. That's the thing, though. I am voicing my opinion.
Right.
We know, 2 hours a week.
So technically, I mean, you want to say it's throwing it away, but that's only on the negative side of the coin. You got to try to keep away from that side.
Well,
but when it matters, and voting is a spot where it matters. So
I think he's saying because you told him he was throwing his vote away.
Like, in the sense that he was going to vote for Gary Johnson, who isn't even running.
Not yet.
He's still
he's going to be the Libertarian candidate.
He's still going to vote for him.
No, only if he runs. I'm probably going to vote for whoever the Libertarian candidate is.
What if it was Hillary? What if she changed parties?
She would have to change ideologies too.
She could do that.
If she changed ideologies.
If she thought it would get her in office, she would.
If she went transracial, I'd support her 100%. Because she'd be full-blown nuts, and I'd be behind that.
She should go transracial and have Rachel Dolezal as her fucking running mate.
I know. I'd vote for that, because why not? You know what? I hate life.
2 crazy women running the country. That would be the most hilarious.
I'm scared of who now I ran.
There's no way the first female president has a female co-president.
The problem is you can't make fun of them.
You can't say anything to them. You can't tell them anything that's not positive about them.
No, we're not talking about like Saturday Night Live or that kind of thing. You could make fun of Obama because he made fun of himself.
Like we would become a Shiite state. Like people would be like, they make jokes about us over in Afghanistan, so we're nuking them. Like, oh shit.
But Saturday Night Live couldn't do they couldn't
Tumblr America.
Comedy Central couldn't do a "That's My Hillary" like.
No, that's right. We wouldn't. So other countries would start doing it because we would get to the point where we're now like the East and we can't be made fun of because we're so sensitive.
I don't know. I feel like there are going to be a lot of terms about her firing the interns and shit like that if she gets elected. All right, this just in. No interns are allowed in the White House anymore.
I am not going to vote for anyone that allows a group of people to go around and tell specific, journalistic sites and blogs and everything that they can't use specific words when they talk about her.
No shit. What the fuck was that about?
And she's just like, yeah, I'm okay with Tumblr. This.
I guarantee she has a Tumblr. I guarantee Hillary has her own private Tumblr that no one knows is her.
I'm pretty sure she pays for an army. She's probably in that client list of the leaked amount of people who have spy tools for the internet, able to make botnets and things like that. I'm sure she goes on there and has her own little Tumblr army.
Well, she was fucking first lady for a while, so she probably has connections.
Like, she's been through all that stuff, and then she was in the eye of the media for a while, so she knows how people's emotions work. She knows how to manipulate them. She's got experience. That's why I don't want her in the office. I think she's got a negative view on the world and way too much experience in manipulation.
I don't trust her, honestly.
Like, she might have good views on how she wants things and on the outcome she wants for things, but with her views, I think she'll, approach it in a negative manner, make things worse, thinking she's making things better.
Not that any of the other candidates that are out there right now would do much better.
I think Bernie would be all right.
I think Bernie is our best hope.
Because at least it would start destroying the society in a manner that's more beneficial to us.
If Bernie plans
I can't believe you guys have gone socialist like this.
Like I said, lesser of two evils. Destroying the society in a manner that's more beneficial to us, Josh. When you're drowning, are you going to pick the life raft with air in it or the one that's deflated?
I can always reinflate the deflated one.
There's no point. You're drowning, you just grab it. It's fine. Nothing wrong with it.
Because the inflated one's going to be fucking busy.
No, there's a reason that one's deflated. God damn it.
How do you know?
You failed this test. Now you're sitting there drowning out in the ocean trying to blow up a life raft.
You got split seconds to make a decision. You're sitting there, you're about to drown. Your arms are exhausted. You see a giraffe that's fucking blown up. You see another one that's deflated. And you're like,
that wasn't the scenario. That wasn't the scenario.
It's just, I think if Hillary gets in there, it's going to be more of trying to,
I agree. I'm not saying Hillary should be in office.
Yeah, Josh likes Hillary.
If anyone but Bernie gets in there, it's going to be more trying to run the country the way it is, placating corporations and keeping people happy at the same time. But Bernie gets in there, he's going to be like, yeah, tear it all down. Take down this wall, Mr. Gorbachev.
I don't think he will. I don't think that's. I
no,
think he'll.
There's a difference between he will and he'll try. Okay. I think he will try, which is all I want to see.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's where I am.
So you kind of touched on it. But the other topic that we have here is about Reddit and about.
That's not the only other topic.
I'm not going to talk about robot sentience. It's not.
Robot sentience should be talked about though, because it's a serious thing.
It's not a. We don't have AI yet.
Yes, we
not
do.
a thing.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Not real AI.
Have you ever talked to Smarter Child before?
Yeah, I have.
He's gotten really smart.
That's not real.
Have you talked to him lately?
Real AI? No.
Do you understand how intelligent most of these bots are on the internet that have people talking to them for the past 20 years almost?
Real AI does not have emotion.
I'm serious, man.
Actually, real AI does have emotion.
Well, that's what
I've actually posted things proving that's the case. Like the thing I brought up before, where the whole, the scientist did the test with it, and the robot got upset and screamed at him, "Be a man," and then refused to talk to him for the rest of the day.
Because logic can bring forth emotion. Because you're saying, "Hey, that's not how it should be done," and you're seeing all these things stopping you.
Logic can bring forth emotion, but logic is not. Logic is all that a computer can do. It doesn't. It can't do
That's
emotion.
all it can start doing until it starts doing things it doesn't understand because it's meeting, blocks in its code. Like,
well,
hey,
no, the whole
they're
thing
supposed to be doing this, and there's nothing I can do to fix it.
I can tell you, as someone who's actually sat there and coded simple AIs, you're thinking about it very small. And AI is this huge, massive thing. You're essentially replicating a human brain.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to code the emotions and everything into there.
Like it might see all
and
the
then it grows and learns within.
Yeah, and it might see all the patterns and stuff first. Like it's not yelling because it's angry. It's yelling because it thinks it's going to make you more likely to listen. But eventually, as the AI keeps developing and keeps learning, it's going to learn the reasons behind it's doing all of its stuff. Eventually, it'll actually learn what emotion.
But we're not to that point yet.
Not yet. I've shown you examples of actual things where the AIs are.
Like we're barely there. Way. We're on the horizon. Like you can see the sun in the distance. You're like, holy shit!
There's not self-awareness yet.
Not a fully self-aware AI.
But that's what I'm saying.
But it's like
that is a fully realized AI. It's like, something that is self-aware.
If self-awareness were a dead body, we just watched it wiggle its finger.
We're sitting at like 99%. Like we know how to make the whole brain and everything. We just don't know. Basically, we built Frankenstein and we just haven't figured out to use lightning.
Like it's in society. It's about
we don't have humanoid. We have human shaped.
I'm calling bullshit that you've actually researched AI.
Honestly, though, I think
you're talking about
you just admitted we don't have real AI.
I think
we don't have sentient AI.
Exactly. So we can't talk about robot sentience if it doesn't exist yet.
Yes, we can because robot sentience is something that's being worked toward.
That's what we started this segment with me saying that it doesn't exist yet.
And he's saying that eventually will exist because we see signs that it's beginning.
And I sent you links showing you where it's starting.
Because basically, like I was saying, if you picture robot sentience as a dead body, those couple stories we've seen pop up.
I'm not going to indulge in Rob's fucking dystopian jerk-off fantasies. It's not going to happen.
That's the reality of our future, though. Robotics are going to be a huge part of our future. You're delusional if you don't think that robotics are going to be
I'm not saying that they're not going to be, but you're talking this doomsday shit.
I'm not talking doomsday. I'm actually very optimistic about the robots.
Every empire comes to an end. It's technically not doomsday. It's just saying, hey, this is how I think the world's going to fall later. Like, if people probably eventually saw all this coming. Now, I'm not saying there's going to be a utopia.
I know that's fucking impossible. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to indulge in your fucking robotic dystopian jerk-off fantasies.
I just wanted to talk about robot sentience and the growth it has had. And you're just shutting it down because you don't like technology because you're a Christian.
Hang on, let me go get my wooden shoes so I can throw it at the robots.
I don't like all these robots. All these middlemen.
Think about it. They solved the policing problem.
If you don't have a heart, how can you have Jesus?
Okay, because it's a robot. We make them bulletproof. If you want to we make robots bulletproof. We tell them they can't actually fire until they've been shot. Boom.
Heart is where Jesus lives. You don't have a heart, there. Jesus can't be in you. It's not right to take away Jesus' home.
Less accidental shootings. Less guys going for their iPod and getting shot because the robot doesn't shoot until it's been shot.
Yeah, but you'd also have likelihood of it being able to be hacked.
No.
Really?
Yeah, if you make everything on board and require a physical connection.
It wouldn't start like that, but I do think it would get like that because I don't think.
But the only way you can hack something is if it has some sort of wireless.
It has to have some kind of network.
It depends on how.
No, it doesn't.
It depends on how. It depends on how it's done. It would depend if the company could keep up on the security for them faster than people could keep up on trying how to crack them.
That's not what he's saying, though. He's saying there wouldn't have to be any kind of networking on it.
You don't,
and that's not true.
I'm saying it doesn't really matter what kind of defenses or whatever they use for it, because eventually someone's going to figure out how to get around it. So what you would actually need is a design team and everything that's able to keep on top of it, as opposed to people who can outpace
it's not Hollywood. You need to have an actual connection to get into it.
Yeah, but technically, it depends on what it can do.
It would have to be networked, Rob. And if it's networked, it can get hacked into.
Doesn't have to be networked.
Because
it would have to be
RoboCop
networked.
wasn't networked.
RoboCop was a cyborg. RoboCop was a human.
All right, let's say it was RoboCop. RoboCop could send back, commands and everything to the police station from where he was, right? Which means he would need a radio in him.
We can have an external.
Which means he would need some sort of satellite connection in him.
External
in some way. Rob.
We can have those all be external devices that aren't actually connected to.
So you're saying RoboCop would have his own transportation truck with external means that he connects to the truck? So what if they hack the truck?
No. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that his actual sentience and his AI and his logic, by not actually connecting that to any discernible connection that they can get into, to alter his firmware and his actual logic.
See, this is what we don't want to argue.
No problem.
We don't want to argue RoboCop because we're too far away from RoboCop. It's cool to talk that sentience is coming and how it might come about, but RoboCop is too far away.
RoboCop is cyborg. It's not a sentient.
I know RoboCop was flawed. We should do full.
RoboCop technology is still in too subjective territory. Or it's too far away.
Full robots, though, or not? They had full robots before RoboCop.
Right, full robots. But now you're talking about like.
No, I was using RoboCop as an example. I meant robot.
Right, but you're also saying it should be instituted as a police force and other things like that, and that's like too much for right now.
Once they're ready, they should be used instead of cops.
But assuming they would ever be ready, and that's the argument.
They should be robot cops, though. Similarly with the robot president.
There's not going to be a robot president.
There could be a robot president.
There will never be a robot president.
There
will never be a robot president.
You fucking racist. How dare you oppress robots of their rights to rule their nation with an iron fist if they so choose? Bender would be ashamed. You can bite their shiny metal asses, Josh.
Josh just upset that the perfect presidential candidate he already accepted would be a robot. And now he knows the perfect cop is a robot. He's slowly starting to accept the perfect future is robots. No.
Josh is just upset he can't be a robot.
Yeah, he's mad he doesn't speak robot. He doesn't even like techno.
What?
Yeah.
I'm going to be like Earthbound. I'm going to have to go fight aliens. I'm going to put my brain in a robot. I've already decided this.
All right, Krang.
You know nothing about Earthbound.
Yeah, but Krang did that.
No.
Stop an abortion?
Krang was a brain. His species was a brain.
Wasn't he just a brain in a robot?
Right, but his species, they were brain creatures.
I thought he was a mutant brain.
He created the robot as a shuttle to move him around.
Let's not worry about that, because I'm talking about in the movies where he's probably just going to be a brain inside a robot. He's just going to be some crazy scientist who puts his own brain inside a robot.
Or he's probably just going to be a person inside a robot.
No, I think they'll be
because fucking Bebop and Rocksteady aren't going to be animals
to start with. They're starting as humans and then turning them into the animals.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's what they were saying. It's that they're either turning them into the animals in the future, either near the end of the movie or in the next movie.
We'll see. Whatever. Who cares about?
They're not going to make another movie though.
They keep getting our hopes up every time, and then we're like, "Oh, by the way, we pissed all over them."
I liked the last one, so I'm sure I'll like this one.
You liked the last one?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it's all great when you watch it for free.
It was entertaining as shit. No, I bought our tickets.
Oh wait, yeah, I remember. It was all right.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
What, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie?
Yeah,
right?
It was entertaining.
It's entertaining. Like, I felt bad that you had to pay for a ticket.
I liked it. I enjoyed myself.
Well, yeah, it's nice. It's nostalgic.
Like, I like the movie. I don't care.
It's just
I've seen it again since
It's
then.
just the formula was perfect. It didn't have to be touched. Like, seriously, you could have just remade that movie. I would have been like, yeah, shit, I'll pay double the price.
But the next one has Stephen Amell as Casey.
All right, I'll watch it.
He's not a good Casey. He's not gonna be a good Casey Jones.
You shut your fucking mouth.
That's true. He's probably gonna be too good guy.
What?
I don't know.
Casey Jones is more like this greasy, like kind of dude.
He was a hood rat guy.
Yeah.
The hood rat with a heart of gold.
Yeah, you're not
Dude,
really
Stephen
sure
Amell
where...
could do this. You guys disappoint me. Because Stephen Amell was even proud because the last combat action.
If they do his hair right and stuff,
if
they do his hair right and stuff,
he's got short hair.
If he's able to be grungy and everything, no, yeah. If it's short hair, he's too clean cut.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, it was short hair because he was filming Arrow.
Then it should have been Stephen Amell playing Casey Jones.
It doesn't matter. You can give him
a wig.
He's got the mask.
Yeah.
He's got the mask.
It doesn't matter. He still needs
whatever.
To be...
Listen, April O'Neil's got a fucking
hair.
Yeah,
April O'Neil's got a B cup. I can deal with the hair.
Like that guy. I gotta admit, that guy did a really good case.
April O'Neil having fucking huge tits is more iconic than his hair. Where are the tits?
That's our future, everyone. Teenage Mutant Turtles. Megan Fox is April O'Neil. Stephen Amell is Casey Jones. Everyone's got to be perfect.
Megan Fox ruined it. Seriously, why didn't they get like brunette Christina Hendricks or a porn star? I'm just saying.
Speaking of Christina Hendricks, she's in that show Another Period.
Is she naked on it?
No, not
then
yet.
I don't care. The only time I like Christina Hendricks is when it comes to her boobs. Other than that, yeah, I could live without her.
It's actually really hilarious. There's a new show on Comedy Central called Another Period. It's kind of like a what?
What's it called again?
Another Period.
Is it?
It's kind of like a
whose show is it?
It's kind of like a cross between like Keeping Up with the Kardashians and Downton Abbey.
Yeah, that's about when I decided I didn't care. Was when Josh
and the
started
title
making
does sound very true to life.
It's set during like 19.
How much have you seen Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
None.
How do you know it's like that then?
Because I know what it is.
Oh, okay. So you're basing it off like, never having seen it, but having like seen like commercials and stuff. Basically the same thing, It's exactly.
So you made decisions based off propaganda.
Yeah.
No, it's a bunch of
No, it's cool. You made an uninformed decision.
It's a bunch of
and then
rich
presented it as fact. Cool.
Gold diggers spending money and trying to get famous for nothing.
Man, that's great. I can't wait to come home after a hard day of work and watch a bunch of rich gold diggers that don't ever do work do whatever they want all day.
But it's a cross between that and Downton Abbey. It's set in 1906 Rhode Island. It's this rich family in Rhode Island at the turn of the century.
Are you trying to sell this idea onto me?
Yeah, it sounds like you want us to watch
somehow.
it.
There's lots of hilarious things. I'd rather watch people get farted on than watch that. That is not.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure it's plenty funny, but then once I realize what they're actually receiving for all this and the lives they live, I just become very angry.
How about a compromise? Josh will put it on the TV. You'll watch it. I'll fart on Josh. You can see me fart on Josh while you watch it.
If you can get it to replace the time slot for that show, then yeah, I'm in. I'm game, man. I will move heaven and earth to make it happen if I can.
You cannot fart on me. You're not going to have the wrong parts on Josh Howard.
I like to have you have that much faith in me, Josh. So immediately after I said I'd make it happen, be like, okay, no, okay.
No. Yeah, I actually believe.
I know that John is Goebbels incarnate. He can make people do whatever he wants.
All right, Josh. Just remember.
John knows people everywhere.
Just remember, you let the dream die. You let it die.
Yeah, I let it.
I could have ate whatever you wanted to eat beforehand too. Whatever you wanted to smell, I could have ate it.
It still would have smelled like your fucking shit, asshole.
You wanted to smell like taco. You wanted to smell like hamburgers. Whatever you wanted, I would have eaten.
He could take some Banaka beforehand.
That would be okay. That might work because it would be painful enough where I would consider it payback.
See, who still remembers Banaka? I do know things.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ace Ventura.
What if I put like some really nice smelly stuff like right in the ass crack, so the first few parts are like refreshing and breezy and just really nice and pleasant.
No, you can't put a bunch of flour on your asshole.
But then the next one, those are the real ones. Would you ever do that, Josh? If you could be on Jackass, like they're like, we're gonna do another Jackass. And they're like, Josh Fuller, would you want to be on it? And they wanted you to do a stunt where Steve-O's gonna just pack his asshole full of flour and just fart directly in your face.
See, there you go, Josh. There's the example. See, a decision can change people's behavior. Because all I had to do was say that I will make it so that Rob farting on you becomes a better TV show than this other one, and now you have to defend yourself from being farted on. Now all your actions and behavior go to being afraid of being farted on and how to avoid that.
Do you know that is actually that is a genre of porn?
I've created a world where you have to accept being farted on.
Porn. Yeah, but would you do the powdered powdered O-ring? Would you do the powdered O-ring stunt on Jackass?
If it got me on Jackass, yeah.
Wow, so you would let Steve-O fart a butthole full of powder right into your mouth?
Yeah.
Wow.
If it got me on Jackass.
If it got him on Jackass.
It's Jackass.
You know what? Why not? You don't know. He's right. You don't know where you could go from that.
How far do you go to get on Jackass? Is it like you'll suck a dick to get on Jackass? Like if
I'd get a face full of fucking powder from Steve-O's ass. Like that's
the guy who made Jackass. He started doing all that dumb shit, and then boom, he became like The Rock's movie sidekick
for one movie. Now he's doing nothing.
No, he's been in multiple movies with The Rock.
Yeah, he did a couple of his own. It's just he blew his money because he's not smart.
He was in Walking Tall.
Yeah, that's one.
He still had a lot of good chances and a lot of big name stuff because he was.
Hold on, wait. Let's go back to that. He corrects me. He's like, no, he was in a bunch of them. He's like Walking Tall, and then he just stops. Like,
no,
that's literally one.
Didn't he have the? What was that one movie, The Bad Grandpa or whatever?
Yeah, but he didn't do any more with The Rock in it.
Well, yeah, not with The Rock, but he's still, like, it jump-started his career once he got with The Rock, and he was able to have a couple of his own movies, and it's all because, like,
he's probably thinking Sean William Scott.
And all because he did stupid shit on TV. And the only reason he's not still famous and whatever is because he's not smart enough to keep it up. Like, he doesn't know how to do stupid shit in today's society without getting in trouble for it, probably.
Let's get him to do more stupid shit, like fart a butthole full of flour into Josh's mouth. Josh is down for that.
All he has to do is do it to people who people would see as racist or whatever. Like have him play pranks and do stupid stuff to like people with the Confederate flag and no one would care.
This whole time.
He's voicing Leonardo in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies.
Who is?
Johnny Knoxville.
We didn't know. Yeah, turns out he's everywhere. Look at that.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
Why don't you film your own Jackass style stunts? Like have John fart in your mouth with a butthole full of flour.
I don't want flour in my butthole.
I'm good, thanks.
I think that would dry me out pretty good.
We'll get Sean
because then I would unless I had a bidet.
John isn't Steve-O.
What if we get Sean to do it? That way it's like a black butt shooting like the white powder onto like your white face.
Sean isn't Steve-O either.
So where would you be okay with taking a shot from?
It depends. If you got a girl with a booty in here, he'd do it.
Yes.
So a girl with a booty. A girl with a booty and you will do it.
Oh yeah.
And this is the story of how 2 years from now we pay a hooker to sit there while Sean farts powder in her face. Or vice versa.
We pay her to fart powder on the Josh. Because Josh wants to get white-faced by
I remember when this night was born in conversation.
But
I'll look back on this moment fondly.
But see, we trick Josh. We don't tell him that inside the powder we're going to put spider eggs. So she's going to pack her butthole full of spider eggs and powder, fart spiders and powder on it.
Where are you going to find this mythical
I foresee this
booty that would be okay with putting spider eggs up?
She's a cheap hooker that's willing to fart powder in your face. She's okay with
I think what would happen is you wouldn't tell her that's what was going on. You'd mix it in with the flour and they'd hatch in there because you'd be putting pressure on them. I don't think you understand spider eggs. And next thing you know, she's freaking out and this is how you kill a hooker.
Whatever, man. Is she gonna fart first?
This is how you kill a hooker, and they come in here and say, "Why is her asshole full of flour and spiders?" How do you explain that one to the cops, Rob?
It was for a joke. All she had to do was fart, and she would have been fine.
This is why you got to think ahead, man.
You can't just have a hooker with an asshole full of flour and crushed spider eggs. You can't do that.
You could throw the spiders in on your own while she's farting. He's like, he can't see. And he opens
Because
his eyes.
when
He's
the
like,
hooker
hey.
dies,
True.
When the hooker dies, when they die, their bowels let go.
That's true. But here's the thing. Do we then convince Josh that he gets to do it back, and then instead of flour, we give him itching powder? So he packs his asshole full of itching powder.
There you go. Now you're planning properly.
I think I would be able to tell it was itching powder.
But it'd be too late.
Although I think that might end with...
you wouldn't get to be the one packing. Come on, you could accurately pack your asshole full of powder.
Yeah.
I'm 90% sure that would end in a trip to the hospital.
Yeah.
Probably, but it'd be hilarious.
And a high colonic, probably.
It'd be worth it, though.
You'd be paying the hospital bills.
No, we wouldn't.
Yeah,
we're not the dumbasses that told you to stick shit up your butt.
You're the dumbass.
You explained out of the court. He told me it'd be a good idea.
Your Honor, if I told him to jump off a bridge and he did it, would I be at fault then for him being stupid?
So what you're saying is you let these two men talk you into putting itching powder up your butthole because you thought it was flour, because what you wanted to do was fart flour into a hooker's face. Yes, Your Honor.
And just to check that that was because she had already farted in your face.
Well, the emotional equivalency adds up here. There needs to be vengeance.
Okay, so we're at 10:56. I mean, do we want to do an Angel Shooter this week, or do we want to skip it for next week?
Time's up, bro.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta wake up in the morning.
All right, cool. So we'll be back next week then. You guys want to say goodnight?
Good night.
Good night.
We'll see you guys later, 3 fans. It's the 3-Man Show signing out from the dining room.
We'll see you in the future. Remember, keep looking at the stars.
I swear to God, we had at least 800 listeners a weekend when we were on Con Artist. I don't know what happened.
Just because you keep hitting that button to listen.
Yeah, I don't trust Con Artist numbers.
It was the numbers from.
I know, but I looked at the numbers in the thing, and I remember specifically telling Martin that I thought all the numbers in there looked like their website was fudging the numbers to make them all look better.
Mm.
Knowing Martin, that could be very possible.
No, not Martin. The website was.
Yeah, but
all the numbers were really good.
Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah.
Mm. There was also nothing on at the time that we were on at that time, because we were on it at midnight to 3.
See? Tune in next time at midnight to 3.
Or midnight to
That's
2.
not true. We're not doing midnight to 3.
We're not
Don't
doing
tune in.
midnight to 2. No, we're not. No, we're not.
You'll miss it.
we need to start doing a videotape show instead of the radio one. And you know what? We just need to bring back Insomniac. Let's be the new Insomniac. Let's just videotape ourselves going around at 2 and 3 and more and finding stuff to do in the town.
We could probably do that. All right, so we'll be back next week. You can find us online, facebook.com/Untitled Nonsense, twitter.com/UN_podcast. Thank you for listening. And call us at 603-267-0521. That's 603-267-0521.
Oh, and don't forget, we're going to be putting up that new video of Josh getting farted in the face by a hooker with a butthole full of powder. And we're going to call it the Casper cosplay.
That'll happen when he ponies up for the hooker.
You faggots and your ADHD is why we don't have robot sentience yet.
I fully support robot sentient.
Robot sentence. Oh shit! You're a Christian in disguise.
All right, wrap the show up.
All right.
What do you mean, you fundamentalist? No, stop.
No, wrap the show up.